In this podcast episode, Dr. Peter Attia, a physician and expert in longevity, discusses the paradox of modern life and its impact on life expectancy, particularly among men facing deaths of despair. He explores the disconnect in men's lives, the importance of meaning and purpose, the effects of sedentary lifestyles, and the complexities of substance use. Additionally, he delves into the role of modern medicine, the future of AI in healthcare, and the evolving landscape of weight management drugs, providing a comprehensive look at the interplay between health, technology, and societal challenges. Attia discusses the paradox of modern life, where advancements in medicine have generally increased life expectancy, yet recent years have seen a plateau and even a decline in certain demographics, particularly among men aged 30 to 60. This decline is largely attributed to deaths of despair, which include suicides and overdoses. Attia emphasizes that while life expectancy has improved overall, the rising rates of these deaths are dragging down the average, similar to how high infant mortality rates historically affected life expectancy figures. Attia explores the disconnect that many men experience in modern society, which may contribute to feelings of isolation and a lack of purpose. He suggests that this disconnection leads to harmful behaviors, such as substance abuse, as men seek to mask their pain. The rise in opioid use, for instance, has become a significant factor in accidental overdoses. He notes that while social media has been linked to mental health issues, particularly among adolescent girls, the broader issue of purpose and connection remains critical for men. When considering the impact of modern medicine, Attia posits a thought experiment. If modern medical advancements were transported back 5,000 years without altering lifestyle, would life expectancy increase? He argues that while modern medicine has drastically reduced infant mortality and improved treatment for infections and trauma, there are still underlying issues in modern life that could be detrimental to health. Stress, for instance, has become a significant factor, as modern life often imposes pressures that can lead to maladaptive responses. Attia emphasizes the necessity of meaning and purpose in life, particularly in a world where many people, despite having financial security, struggle with feelings of emptiness. He reflects on his own experiences and the importance of aligning daily activities with a sense of purpose. He suggests that individuals need to be deliberate about their choices and how they structure their lives to avoid falling into despair. The conversation shifts to the consequences of sedentary lifestyles, which have become increasingly common in modern society. Attia highlights the importance of physical activity, noting that exercise not only improves physical health, but also has profound psychological benefits. He argues that even small changes, such as spending time outdoors, can positively impact mental well-being. The modern environment, filled with comfort and convenience, often leads to a lack of physical activity, which can exacerbate feelings of anxiety and depression. Attia addresses the manipulation of dopamine through modern conveniences, such as video games, social media, and pornography. He explains that while these activities can provide temporary pleasure, they often lead to a dopamine deficit when the stimulation is removed. This can create a cycle of dependency and withdrawal, similar to substance abuse. He references Anna Lemke's work on dopamine fasting, which suggests that abstaining from these stimuli can help reset the brain's reward system. As a parent, Attia reflects on the challenges of raising children in today's environment. He believes that complete abstinence from certain activities, such as alcohol or marijuana, is not the most effective strategy. Instead, he advocates for open conversations about these substances, allowing children to make informed choices while still under parental guidance. He emphasizes the importance of teaching children about the potential risks and consequences of their actions, particularly regarding substance use. Attia discusses the differences between alcohol and marijuana, noting that while alcohol is a known toxin, marijuana presents a more complex set of issues. He expresses concern about the increasing prevalence of THC and its potential effects on developing brains. He highlights the need for caution, particularly among adolescents, as the long-term consequences of regular marijuana use are still being studied. Attia encourages a nuanced understanding of these substances, focusing on the motivations behind their use and the potential for anxiety and other mental health issues. The discussion shifts to the interpretation of physiological stimuli, particularly anxiety. Attia references a conversation with Lane Norton, who recontextualized his anxiety as a sign of focus rather than a negative experience. This reframing allowed him to manage his anxiety more effectively. The host relates this to their own experiences with anxiety and substance use, emphasizing the importance of having an overwatch mechanism, a part of the self that can observe and interpret one's emotional and physiological states. This ability to step back and assess one's feelings can be crucial in managing anxiety and panic attacks. The conversation then transitions to the impact of diet on mental health, particularly focusing on energy drinks like Monster. The host shares his personal experience of anxiety linked to the consumption of these drinks, noting that the effects were not immediate but rather manifested the following day. This realization led to a broader understanding of how diet can influence mental health and anxiety levels. Attia agrees, emphasizing the importance of recognizing dietary influences on overall well-being. Attia discusses his personal experience with testosterone replacement therapy and the implications of hormone levels on health. He explains the difference between primary and secondary hypogonadism and how he used HCG to stimulate his testosterone production. The conversation touches on the societal stigma surrounding hormone replacement therapy, particularly for women undergoing menopause, and the need for a shift in perspective regarding hormone treatments. Attia advocates for a more open approach to hormone therapy, suggesting that the benefits often outweigh the risks. The discussion moves to the role of artificial intelligence in healthcare, with Attia expressing excitement about its potential. He compares the current state of AI to the early days of the internet, suggesting that while we are in a bubble, the long-term implications of AI could be transformative. He highlights the potential for AI to improve drug discovery, particularly in understanding protein folding and its relationship to drug efficacy. Attia notes that while AI can significantly speed up the drug discovery process, the complexities of clinical trials still pose challenges. The conversation emphasizes the need for a comprehensive understanding of both genotype and phenotype to fully leverage AI in healthcare. He expresses hope that AI will eventually help bridge the gap between genetic information and observable traits, leading to more personalized medicine. The conversation takes a philosophical turn as they discuss the potential societal implications of genetic engineering and AI. Attia speculates on the future bifurcation of society into those who embrace technological advancements and those who resist them. He suggests that this divide may manifest geographically, with urban areas adopting new technologies more readily than rural areas. The discussion raises questions about the ethical considerations of genetic manipulation and the potential for creating a class of superhumans. The discussion concludes with a focus on the emerging class of weight management drugs, particularly GLP-1 agonists like semaglutide and tirzepatide. Attia explains how these drugs have shown promise not only for weight loss, but also for improving metabolic health. He emphasizes that while these drugs can be effective, they are not a panacea and should be considered alongside lifestyle changes. The conversation underscores the importance of understanding the long-term implications of these medications and their role in addressing the obesity epidemic.